In the summer of 2019, WeWork was the most valuable startup in America not yet listed on the stock market. The number was $47 billion, and the press was talking about a revolution that would change how people work. Founder Adam Neumann walked barefoot through Manhattan, and investors were writing checks as if afraid to miss out. Then the IPO filing arrived, the S-1. In about 72 hours, the story behind that valuation collapsed. There was no market crash, and no explosive scandal. All that happened was that people finally read the numbers. The question was not, how did WeWork fall? It was, what did the smartest money in the world see that made it ignore what was right in front of it, and who chose not to look? Adam Neumann moved to New York. Before WeWork, he failed at 2 ventures, baby clothes with knee pads for crawling, and a foldable high heel. But he had a commanding presence. He was tall, had long hair, and spoke in a way that made people feel something they could not quite name. When he pitched WeWork, he was not selling office space, but a promise to raise the world's consciousness. He said the company was not real estate, but a community, a movement, and a new way of living. He came to meetings barefoot, asked for tequila shots, and convinced investors they were buying the future of human connection. His secret was simple and dangerous: most decisions are not made in the realm of spreadsheets, but in the realm of fear of missing out. He made them feel that anyone who did not get in now would be left out of the future. Even the language was strategic. Everything began with WeWork, we generation, a collective mission. And anyone who questioned the model was no longer asking a financial question, it was as if they were betraying the tribe. Inside the company, culture became ritual. At a summer camp in England, thousands of employees gathered in circles of gratitude, some cried, and Neumann walked through the music while hands reached out toward him. They were told they were not employees, but an entire generation. His wife, Rebecca, was in charge of the brand, and her influence was present in hiring and mission. Even the family's children appeared in promotional materials. When a company becomes a family, leaving it becomes betrayal. You are not just walking away from a paycheck, you are admitting that the version of yourself that believed in something bigger may have been fooled. So people stay silent. Behind the slogans, the picture was different: burnout, decisions made on instinct and changed before noon, and a board that approved more than it challenged. The gap widened as money poured in. Then came Masayoshi Son, founder of SoftBank, the man who made an early fortune by betting on Alibaba. He was running the Vision Fund, with about $100 billion, and looking for the next founder. In a 12-minute meeting, Neumann did not talk about rents or margins, but about changing the world. Masa saw a founder with a crazy vision and committed billions. This is where the idea of vision capital appeared: find a founder who can bend reality, give them enough money to outrun mistakes, and wait for scale to create a model that works later. And with every huge SoftBank round, the valuation rose and the story hardened. If the smartest investor was this confident, who would dare ask questions? Under the surface, Neumann was buying buildings and then leasing them back to the company itself. He became both landlord and tenant. The issue was not the headline, but a glaring conflict of interest. Worse, WeWork described itself as a tech company to justify tech valuations, while at its core it was a real estate company with an expensive app. The story chose fantasy over arithmetic. In August 2019, the S-1 revealed what had been hidden: a $1.6 billion loss the previous year, a path to even bigger losses, and negative gross margins. In other words, every dollar of revenue cost the company more than $1, before marketing, administration, and any other expenses. Growth was not hiding profit, it was revealing the scale of the bleeding. Then a strange number appeared: community-adjusted Ebitda. A measure that excluded the operating costs of the spaces themselves, the very costs that created the losses. It was a number that removed the pain from the picture. Governance was the red warning light. Neumann had 20 votes per share, his wife sat on the committee choosing his replacement, and the company paid him $5.9 million for the rights to the word "we." Suddenly, those who had celebrated the vision began talking about governance concerns and leadership maturity. Banks and investors acted as if they had just discovered the truth. The IPO was pulled within weeks. The $47 billion valuation fell closer to $10 billion, then $8 billion, then to a number no one wanted to say aloud. SoftBank had to rescue the company from bankruptcy. Neumann was pushed out of leadership, but he did not leave empty-handed. He received a package worth nearly $1.7 billion, $1 billion in stock, $185 million for consulting, and a $500 million credit line. After that came thousands of layoffs. Those who had been told they were a movement, a generation, a family, were now told the company did not need them. Heavy leases remained, and revenue was not enough. Later, the company survived and went public through a SPAC at a much smaller valuation, but the movement was dead. The promise of raising the world's consciousness was gone. What remained was a real estate company and a story that collapsed under the numbers. The lesson is bigger than Neumann. A charismatic founder can become a financial instrument. Magic, confidence, and fear of missing out can turn presence into capital, and capital into collapse.